Hi guys, welcome to Nerd Bites, and this is going to be my review for Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels. Yeah, Season 3 is done and dusted. I'm sorry it's a little bit late, about a week or so late. I've been busy doing loads of other things going on. I have reviewed Season 1 and 2, so make sure you go check them out. I'll put a link in the description and also be at the end of the video as well. So yeah, make sure you check this video out right now. Before we begin, there will be spoilers, but I'll be putting them to the second half of the review. I will let you know when they're coming. So, just first thoughts, like rough idea of what's going on. Yeah, it was a good season. I don't think it was their best season. I think one thing I really enjoyed was Thrawn. I think having him in there was such a good idea, to bring him from the expanded universe, from the books, and put him in there, because everybody loves that character. And actually having him in the official canon is definitely a good move. And I think it's a good place to put him in, really. I think it works quite well. And yeah, he was just a badass the entire time. Even when he wasn't doing much, he was just standing there talking to people. He commanded the room. He was very matter of fact. He was very just awesome. You know what I mean? Just a real bad guy, and it was cool to see that. Obviously, Kanan's blind now, and then you've obviously got Ezra. He's got a brand new green lightsaber. He's a little bit more grown up and whatnot. So he changed their hair colour again. And I would say that, to be honest, I mean, this season wasn't terrible. It was a good season. It had some really good character building moments, and there was some really awesome stuff, which I'll get to in the spoilers. I felt like there was just a couple of bits I felt like there was something missing, maybe. It's like, I felt like I missed a couple of episodes, which I didn't, but it felt like there was something a little bit off. But it's quite minor. It's still a good season. One thing it's done really quite well is developing the character of Sabine a lot more, pushing on her character a lot more in this season. Ezra and Kanan kind of took a little bit of a back seat here. I mean, they had their important moments and whatnot, and it was good, because Ezra is the main character, because he's a kids program. But Sabine had a lot more to do in this season, and as you'll see from the trailers and whatnot, she even picks up a lightsaber at some point. So it's, yeah, I quite like it, because it makes her kind of a badass, but it depends where it goes. It really does. Darth Maul comes back as well. Obviously he was in the last season, and he's back again in this season. Awesome stuff happens with him. I'll get to that in the spoilers. Right, I'm now going to spoiler territory, so if you haven't seen the season, make sure you go right to the end of my video to check out my final verdict. It's spoilers now, you have been warned. The general guy with the big sideburns, I can't remember his freaking name, it's lost me. He ends up defecting. He ends up being their kind of mole on the inside up to feeding them information. And that's really cool. I like the fact that he's kind of turned the other cheek and he's gone with them, and that, I really didn't see that coming. I thought he'd stick with the Empire, and then just slowly but surely realise it's him that's actually feeding information to him, and it's pretty cool. I like that. Also, like the new base of operations and everything, you've got that big monster guy that's like not light side, not dark side type character that Kanan's talking to. He was a weird character, to be honest. He was cool, but it's a weird character. And then you've got, at one point, you've got him and Ezra training Sabine as well in the ways of the lightsaber. She's got the dark saber, which is part of the Mandalore stuff, and it's making her part of the Mandalore characters. And even at one point they go to Mandalore, and she ends up staying there with her family. It's because she's taking over, that kind of stuff. She's like taking charge and whatnot, because obviously they kicked her out before. And it's good to see that kind of moment with her family, and they reconcile and all that kind of stuff, and sort of shit out, and you to realise that the Empire is the enemy here, that kind of stuff. And yeah, again, they really pushed a lot more on Sabine's character in this episode, which makes me feel like she's got a bigger part to play in the final season, and indeed in the entire Star Wars saga, which just makes me feel like maybe she's someone's parent, or related to someone, or she's a big deal somewhere, because they seem to suddenly just push her. Thrawn, man. Thrawn is just awesome the entire time. Even at the end of one of the episodes, when they're trying to figure out who's the mole and who's the person feeding information to them, and and at the end of the episode, it looks like he's been completely fucking outdone. He's been overdone. They've got him. You know what I mean? He hasn't figured it out at all. And then right at the end, it's just one tiny bit of information, and he's going, I know exactly who it is. And it's like, that, to me, is better than him just being a badass killing people. It's him just being so smart that you wouldn't expect it. You know, when you look at it and go, he is just the smart dude. He knows everything. All he needs is that teeny tiny bit of information, and he's got it. And it really adds to his badass character. See Mon Mothma at some point. That's pretty cool. Quite like that. Right, let's get to the Twin Sons episode. Great. I mean, you get Obi-Wan back in the fold for a minimal amount of time. Maul is back as well, and they have their standoff, and it is so... I didn't expect it to be as quick. I thought I'd get a bit of a lightsaber fight, but to me, I'm alright with it because it adds to the character of Obi-Wan. It's just like, well, yeah, this is the way he would conduct business when it comes to stuff like this. They have their standoff, Ezra gets away, and then they're standing there, lightsabers ignited for quite a while, and as soon as Maul goes in for it, he literally just goes bang, and that's it. And in one motion, he's sliced his stomach and cut the blade in half, and that's it. Falls into Obi-Wan's arms. Maul is done. And they even have that kind of moment as well. This not reconciliation necessarily, but it's basically Maul's realised why Obi-Wan's on the planet that he's on. He's looking after someone very important. Obviously we know who that is. And it's like he's the one, isn't he? And he goes, yes he is. And then Maul dies, and it's just like, it's not a reconciliation, but it's kind of like they finally understand each other just before Maul bites the dust. And it was a cool, kind of quite very emotional moment, coupled with that emotional moment straight after when Obi-Wan is at the distance of the farm, and you just hear Aunt Beru just calling Luke's name, and this little body running across, and you're like, it's Luke. It's brilliant. I loved that. I thought it was a lovely little moment, that. The finale as well. It was a really good finale, very, space battles, big action set kind of thing, but my only downside is that it kind of took away from the character points of view, really. It was all about getting away from the battle. It was mainly focusing on Thrawn just obliterating their place, really, and they get away at the last second. But it was still good, it was still fun, and it added to the character of Thrawn because he ended up taking down that big monster dude, I can't remember his name, and he's about to shoot him in the head, and the guy says, the guy basically says to Thrawn, I can see your downfall, and it'll be in shadow or something like that, and he said, you can't kill me, and he shoots him, and as he shoots him, he's gone. And that was quite eerie, really, but it also for most like, right, okay, Thrawn is going to die. Obviously we assume he's going to die at some point anyway, because he's not in the future films and anything like that, but I want to know how this is going to happen, and I hope it happens really good, because they could ruin it. I don't want them to ruin it, because he's still a badass character. He needs to go out on a badass note. And yeah, I mean, obviously that they get away at the last second, as well as the mole guy, the informant guy, Sideburns dude, forgot his name. They manage to get him as well, which is awesome. They get away at the last second, and they're heading for Yavin. That's the next stage. They're heading for Yavin 4, which is good, because that hopefully will kick things off for Season 4, and that's going to be awesome, because I'd love to see Yavin in that. It looks like from the trailer from Season 4 that that's going to be the case. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think it was a good season. It wasn't a great season, it wasn't the best I've ever seen, but it was still a good season. I still enjoyed it. There was still some fun character moments. There were some really good moments, obviously, with Maul and Obi-Wan, and Thrawn just being an absolute badass throughout the entire season. Just that the finale just didn't hit me as hard as I really wanted to, especially how big of a finale we got in last season with Ahsoka and Vader and all that kind of stuff. That was epic. So it was good but not great, so I think it's fair to give this one 3 stars. So that's what I thought of Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments or send me an email. You can also find me in the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerdbytes anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos. And of course, keep it nerdy.